Hello there, everyone. Welcome to this ET Templar review. So we're looking at Brass Brigade. This game is truly an underrated masterpiece, and it is made, I think, solely by one guy. He may have branched out to do the music and the voice work for the different factions, and I want to say this game does what no other game has done before, and that is really have historical accuracy, right? Because when you play Call of Duty World War II or these other games, they censor the very history, right? The very bad history should be presented up front, right? And what I'm talking about is you have all these World War II battles you can participate in, which is outstanding. It's badass. The Maginot Line, Norway, Okinawa, Stalingrad even, which we'll do and I'll show. And you can pick a side, Axis or Allies, and you can even customize the different armies. So if you want to do like some like Elseworld like situation where the French are at Stalingrad for some reason, you can. And there's all these bot settings. You can have 2730 up to I think 100. You can have quite a bit as long as your CPU can handle it. And this game's fantastic. There's even era tanks. There's like, I think it's either a T-34 or KV-2 tank, the Russians. You have Japanese tanks, you have American tanks. And why don't I just show you what some of the action is like. And this game really deserves more. And for $9 to $10, this game is well worth every single dollar. So, and of course, if you see this, it's historically accurate. It's not censored, right? It doesn't pander to, people's sensibilities. This was the Third Reich, And Call of Duty and other games will censor themselves for that, depending on location. If, like, for example, in Germany, they're too fucking afraid. They think, for whatever reason, that if someone plays a video game and sees that, they think, oh, all of a sudden they're going to become, like, fascist or Nazis, right? So there's third person, there's first person, and the graphics is very stylized, and that's one thing a lot of people freaking love about it. I'll blast some freaking communists. And yeah, it's a absolute blast of game. Damn, does it feel good to fucking shoot some communists. Oh fuck, yeah, I think that's an up-armored, no, it looks like a T-30, no, it looks like it's probably a T-34, but it also looks like a, the KB-2. I think it'd be bigger if it was, so maybe it's like a later model T-34? Anyways, you gearheads and tank fanatics can correct me on that one. I don't think I'm wrong, but yeah, they have all these different, each team and army has different classes, and it's a great game. And for $10, there's just so much freaking content here, so much. Oh shit! And of course, it's made by Unity Engine. I have your communist trash. And it's a freaking fun game. It's mostly just single player, and I can see how the one negative is that it could get a little bit old, but you know what? With how these battles are customizable and how in the future there'll probably be new levels, they just added they just added a new battle. Oh shit! T-34 is about, yep. See if I can't get German tank. Let's go back to the ridge line. Can we please get a vehicle of some sort? I'm tired of this Russian T-tank just pushing my shit in. And this is one thing I love. Again, I can't express how, even if you see that in the middle, of course YouTube is probably going to get like sensitive and butthurt over it, but you know what? At this point, if YouTube can't handle like historical shit, you know what? I guess YouTube could censor this video or remove my channel. I don't really give a shit because, at the end of the day, I'll just fucking fire up another channel. And that's one thing that always got me, right? Is the hammer and sickles, like, A-okay, but the hammer and sickle's responsible for way more deaths than fascism at this time, right? Because they're responsible for, like, 27 million? So that's 21 million more deaths that they're responsible for. Starvation of the Ukrainians and just other heinous political, you know, shit. But they don't talk about that in history books because Russia was our allies, right? Of course, you know, and that gets stifled every time. That's one thing that personally drives me nuts about historians, and especially people who are pro-communist, is for whatever reason, the crimes of communism and the NKVD and Stalin's, like, state police is all justified. They brush it under the rug, and well, more of the story is, I just, to be frank, fucking hate communists and people who want to push communism or cultural Marxism. There's a rant for you. But to get back on track, all World War II era guns, that, from what I can tell, is the sound effects for them are pretty on point. And if you love World War II games, if you love conquest-style games, and this one's definitely up your alley. It's also kind of, it reminds me of a little bit of Wolfenstein, a little bit. If you played that for, I think it was original Xbox, that's the kind of, like, aesthetics, I think. Oh, take that, you communist piece of shit. So, of course, you have these points that you take, and you get more tickets. And, of course, again, these battles are customizable. And you can, well, dirty commie shot me in the back. Oh, there's 4 of them there. So, yeah, political and historical rant aside, this game is definitely, like, just ace. There's a whole lot to like here to this game. And I don't want to waste any more of your time. No shit, they just blew up our Stug. Oh shit. Of course, I don't think they really had armor this close to the shoreline at Stalingrad. Or I wouldn't have think they did, but maybe I'm historically wrong. Only thing I know is those Russians had a bitch of a time getting across the Volga. And this game is frickin' fun, I'll say that. So if you want a fun World War II era conquest game for about $10, this game is definitely frickin' worth it. And that's all I gotta say. There's the playable factions, which are Germans, Russians, Italians, French, Japanese, Americans, and each one has different armies. You have Imperial Marines, you have American Marines, so you have even different army groups within this game. And yeah, I don't want to spoil that. I want, if you do think about getting this game, I want you to experiment and check it out for yourself. And yeah, that's about it. This game is definitely worth the $9 to $10, and it should be supported more. And I would advise you supporting Brass Brigade. It's frickin' ace. It's probably one of my best, most liked games currently, and that's even beating out AAA titles. So it's tons of fun. Should get it for $9 to $10. It's definitely worth its value. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Drop a like, drop a dislike, comment below, and or subscribe if you want to.